Hello everyone, my name is Amber Sargent and this is my word problem analysis project for first grade. Steps to solve word problems. You want to read and understand the question, make a plan, you will then carry out the plan that you put in place, and lastly, check your work, especially with the more complicated word problems. Directions. You may work with your neighbor or individually if you would like to. All questions should be answered in your journals and then placing them in once you are done. You got this, and just as always, do your best. Question number 1. 8 caterpillars were sitting on a big flower. 2 caterpillars fell off. How many caterpillars are still sitting on the flower? Draw it and answer it. So for my project, I chose to work with an adult student and a child student. So here is what they came up with. So the child student drew 8 caterpillars with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he knew that 2 fell off, so he shaded 2 to indicate that, which is here where we have 8 minus 2. And he counted the ones that were not shaded and came up with 6. And it looks like the adult did the same thing here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they crossed out 2 and showed their work at the bottom. 8 minus 2 equals 6. I didn't draw the problems out because we already had 2 examples of that. So I figured I'd show a different way with just taking out clues from the word problem and creating the problem as is. So I have 8 caterpillars. And 2 fell off. Fell off by concluded meant subtract, which is here. So 8 minus 2 equals 6. So 6 caterpillars are still sitting on the flower. Number 2, Ava has 7 apples and Anthony has 6. How many apples do they have together? The adult drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 apples and added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. Tallied them up together and came up with 13. It looks like the child did the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He showed his work here. 6 plus 7 equals 13. This should be 13. The 3 is backwards. I did the same thing. I have 7 apples plus 6 apples. Altogether, I came up with addition. I figured that meant to add, so 7 plus 6 equals 13. So there are 13 apples altogether. Number 3, Mrs. Brown picked flowers for her friends. She had 2 friends. She gave each friend 2 flowers. How many flowers did Mrs. Brown give altogether? So here it looks like there are 2 friends, 1, 2. They each have 2 flowers, and they did 2 times 2 equals 4. The child did the same thing. Here's 1 friend, 2 friends. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like they wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 here and came up with their answer 4. So they wrote 2 on this side and 2 on that side and came up with 4. 2 friends, and they each have 2 flowers. I thought that in order to simplify this, we could simply multiply. So I did 2 times 2 equals 4. So Mrs. Brown gave out 4 flowers total. And the last question, Alana is having a picnic with her friends. She has 10 strawberries and 2 friends. How many strawberries can she give each of her friends so that they both have the same amount and there are no more strawberries left? So each friend should have the equal amount of strawberries left. So here's friend A and B that the adult made, and it looks like they drew 10 strawberries and labeled them each A, B, A, B and counted them up at the end. So it says that A has 5 and B has 5. So in order to simplify that, they divided 10 divided by 2, which equals 5. The child did the same thing. There are 2 friends here, and it looks like this friend has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strawberries. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They both have 5, so he came up with the answer 5. I wrote that there were 10 strawberries and 2 friends. since I wanted them to have equal parts and split them up equally, I decided that that meant to divide. So this is shown here. And I came up with 5. So each friend gets 5. So all in all, I thought that my students did a great job with this. The first grader seemed to do pretty well with this as he got all the answers correct, and I was actually really impressed by the way that he was able to draw it out and come up with his answers as well. So overall, I think that my students did great. Thanks for watching.